Hello and welcome back to our Surrounded Challenge Norland series. And if you are new to the channel, you can check the description for an explanation of the challenge rules for this series. But of course, I do recommend checking out the previous episodes if you haven't previously. So, in the last episode, we started having some issues with cutthroats. And we are actually up to 10 of those now. We're down in total crime. But there are 10 cutthroats. This is getting bad. This is potentially disastrous at this point. I'm not sure if I want to turn on terror. Terror is not carried out. Executioners are engaged in the proper search and punishment of true criminals. Now, if we moved this over to all, when the scaffold is assigned to state terror, executioners begin to undertake, without evidence, the punishment of various individuals, starting with all vagabonds, then the unemployed, and finally, ordinary peasants. This would create a strong negative thought. For 3 acquaintances of the punished character, the average happiness and migration will decrease. Okay, so yeah, that would be very bad. We would gain no peasants, pretty much. We are already at 3 migrants per day, so that's not great. So we'll just have to see exactly what our plan is here. I think we just gotta keep kind of trucking along. I think we're just gonna end up having a lot of crime because we are so production focused in this gameplay. That could be a big reason why. I'm not totally sure, but that would be my first guess. We'll have to see. Okay, so another thing I started to kind of talk about in the last episode, but I hadn't fully committed yet, was that we might want to start upgrading some of our buildings and trying to, in that effort, downsizing slightly. So what we're going to do, we're going to upgrade these 3 mills. We are still hoping to get this training ground upgraded. But once we are able to upgrade these mills, we can hopefully completely get rid of these 2 mills. And then that'll kind of downsize us a little bit here. And we may even be able to move potentially our alchemy lab and maybe like the armor forge down over to here. And that'll kind of move some of our production a little bit closer to the center of the city again. We also have to worry about these temples. And everything's just starting to get a little disorganized, so we don't have a ton of wood to really spare, but at some point we may need to do a reorganization again, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. On the other hand, with the wood that we do have, what I'm thinking, let's see, how much are we using? We need another 100 for the temple, and we need 45 for these mills. So we don't actually have enough yet. But once we do, what I want to do, where is it? Coal furnace. We want to start creating coal. We're going to go ahead and set that now, but we just won't turn the coal furnace back on. And we'll do probably 150 tops. We probably won't even need that much. But with the coal, we'll be able to create tools. And we have a decent amount of iron to be able to do that with. So, same thing with the workshop. We're probably going to set the tool production, but just not actually start the actual production yet. So one thing I think we're going to do, because we do have the paper and we haven't used it yet for another trade route, we're going to go ahead and have Elsa write a book. I think she's the only one who can do this, right? Yes. We're going to have her write this Mace Stun book, because then we can just sell it, and for the 3 paper price, that'll actually be a decent amount of profit. I think it's $1.98 for purple book, so that seems like a decent investment. Now, we have actually finished learning the flavorful ale. I think we actually can probably start doing this right away. We apparently don't have any herbs. I think that's just because they're already in the alchemy lab at the moment. That should clear up relatively quickly, and we can just set this. We can probably just totally switch over from beer to flavorful ale now, because that'll be a better use of the hops. We just don't necessarily have enough herbs But we can fix that by upgrading the herbalist. We basically have everything that we're building. We pretty much always have them all at build first, which kind of makes it a little bit redundant, but kind of looking... Looks like... I think we just don't have enough builders doing it right now. And we don't really want to add any builders because we don't have the extra workers at the moment, so it's fine. It's fine how it is. Okay, now we do need to set our flavorful ale at the taverns. We'll set that up to max. Looks like 10 is a good price per unit. For some reason, Cormon has been having a bad time. I don't know. So he, for some reason, has fatigue. He needs rest, even though he should have access to alcohol. He can drink beer, or if he really needed to, he could drink the moonshine. But he's also upset because he needs intimacy. And if I try to send him with Lyra, which we already did, that didn't seem to make any... Or, sorry, no, hold on. That's why. Because I tried to send him with Lyra, which is his sister, not Onetra, which is, of course, his wife. So that was kind of my fault then. Now, on the other hand, we finished learning our wood economical construction. And one thing about this is if you complete that, it does not actually update currently upgrading buildings and such, so you actually have to restart them. So we're going to do that. And we're actually going to go ahead and start upgrading these mills, or these lumber mills, rather. Any of them else that are at level 2? Okay, it's just that one, so we're going to do that. Cancel this, restart it. We're already good on those. Is there anything else that we can start? We're going to go ahead and upgrade these breweries. We'll probably only need to upgrade 2 of them. Maybe 3. Probably just the 2. And then we may even start downsizing on the breweries as well. We don't really want to upgrade these because they cost tools. We're not really ready for that yet. We can upgrade the workshop though. That all looks pretty good. Now it would be nice if we would get the trader because as you can see we have 1800 gold nearly. But for some reason they have skipped us for a couple of days even though we have a good relation, so it's obviously not that. But as you can see we have another bandit camp and we are going to go take care of that with Onetra. We'll just send her with her normal squad. That looks good to me. Now one thing that we can use some of our gold on, of course, is more mercenaries. We're gonna buy basically all of these. Probably not the ones with 11 or higher combat skill though at the moment, and definitely, of course, not the Tenea either. But that'll be 3 more mercenaries that we can add. I'm almost thinking maybe we should just buy a couple of these more skilled ones. They're pretty expensive, but we just have so much gold lying around now, so we're gonna just go ahead and do that while we have the gold. And as for this bandit camp, we're just gonna go ahead and auto this. And of course we lose nobody. Just to be expected at this point. Now it looks like one of the issues with Cormon is just that he has a low amount of rings, so we're just going to go ahead and reward him. He's been doing pretty good, so we'll do that. I totally forgot to switch over these temples as well, so let's go ahead and do that. So like we said, we're going to have our warriors, our lords, and our prisoners on 1, and our peasants, since there are so many of them, can be on 1 here. But that's actually going to be an issue because we have more peasants than we actually have temples. So we'll go ahead and set this one exclusively for peasants and this one for everything. And that should hopefully fix up the congregation. It says 50 and 32. I don't think that's updated because that's, let's say, 22 warriors, 1 prisoner, that's 23, plus 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So I don't know why this actually says 32. Maybe it just hasn't updated. We'll have to see. We'll have to check in on that in a little while. Okay, so we got lucky and we finally have the trader back. We're going to start selling off some of these medical salves. We're going to have to sell I guess we'll sell them until they hit that 3. That's a pretty low price for them, but we have so many of them, we're obviously not going to need that many. We may actually just keep these bows around because there is the one city that's trying to buy them, so if we just keep stacking them from bandit camps, then I suppose that's okay. Otherwise, there's basically nothing else we really need to sell except for this Vitasil. Hey, that's a typical lord name, actually. And we can actually sell off these books as well. So we're sending 35 gold? How's that? Oh, because of our tax. Okay. Alright, that's fine. We'll buy these tools as per usual, although since we're actually considering starting to create them ourselves, we may not need to. Let's see, we have no tools, though. We probably at least want to have a couple. Yeah, we at least want to have enough to keep making our armor, so I guess we will buy them for now. Indecisive a little bit there, but that's okay. And otherwise, we don't really need maces anymore. We will probably eventually start needing to buy them again, but for the moment, we're probably okay. Happiness of prisoners, that's okay. We don't need that. Maybe shields might be a thing that we could start considering. The rest of this, though, don't really need it. Okay, there we go. So that's basically all we were able to do at the trader for the moment. So I changed my mind slightly. We're actually going to buy up all these rings now. And the reason for that is I think I'm going to try to hire this guy. Let's see. We don't have enough still. Yeah, that's to be expected. Seems like wow, that's a steeper amount than I figured we would have at the moment, because I thought we would have better persuasion skills. However, 17 appears to be the lowest, so we'll have to stack them. But the reason that I want somebody like Zlatalev, Zlatalub? Jeez, that's a strange spelt name. But anyways, the main reason is because then we can actually have them marry Lyra, and that's the one thing that we're missing. We have Elsa is married, of course, to Amraur, and we have Onetra married to Cormon, so we just need somebody for Lyra to be married to. And then the rest of these kids that come out of all of these... Oh, wait, hold on. Jeez. We'll take care of that in a second, but the rest of these kids will probably... We'll send one of them to be a priest, we'll maybe make some of them into knights, and so on. But unfortunately, somebody's being attacked by robbers. It looks like they might have already gone beaten up. Suspect. Well, it said they were being attacked, but maybe it got taken care of because there's blood right there and everybody's okay. That's good. Well, the amount of cutthroats definitely dropped. It's now at 5, so it is possible that our warriors were patrolling at the right time. That is a good PSA for why you should have your patrols if you are having crime. Okay, some actually pretty good news here, because Cormon actually just received the enlightenment for the mill upgrade, so we've already been upgrading our mills anyways, and now we'll be able to upgrade them past level 3, which is going to be great. Oops, that one was still finishing upgrading, so I just canceled it, but that's okay. We'll live. So we can actually probably get rid of this other mill relatively shortly here, rather. We'll wait maybe until the nighttime so that they take out everything that's in the storage, but we will be getting rid of those too pretty shortly here. Now, just looking at the map, it's very, very surprising to me that none of these trade offers have changed yet. Would be nice, because we can't sell them spears, and we can't really sell these guys bows. Even as many as that we get from bandits, it's not going to be enough to actually sell to these guys, and they don't like us particularly well yet. But we have another bandit camp over here to attack, so we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, now we have another one of these interesting little characters, but the only thing we can seem to do with this one is just to expel them. They seem to be some kind of vagabond type. Not really sure what their deal is. I I guess we'll see, because they're going to the temple. We'll have to keep an eye on them and see what they do once they get there. And now we are going to go ahead and get a few more mercenaries here. And that's... we probably don't want to get any more than that for the moment. What are we at now? It says 21, but that's not including these guys, I think. So it should be 21, so 31 now. Compared to Stardale, they have 48. So we're making progress, but we are not quite where we need to be yet. Now, progress report as well on Onetra, and she is at 12 management skill compared to Court. Whoa, hold on. Oh, I think he has an enlightenment thing at the moment. Yeah, okay. So he has an 11 to management skill normally. Of course, those enlightenments give you like +5 to every skill level, I believe. And go ahead and auto battle this bandit camp. I think we just had a death, unfortunately. Now, I'm kind of surprised that this training round has taken so long to get finished. Since we have unemployed, I guess we'll add a builder onto here and a builder onto here. Hopefully that causes them to do a little more building. I would like this training ground to get complete, and our upgrades on our mills as well to be completed. Since we finally have a good amount of wood, so obviously we started the coal, we're going to go ahead and set the coal furnace to have its workers finally. And hopefully they will make us a good amount of coal pretty soon. Okay, so it actually looks like Stardale is requesting assistance from us. Matriarch will approve of us aiding them, and our relationship with Radamil will go up. I think we're going to make use of this, just because we mainly just want that matriarch approval. Any additional matriarch approval has been good for us. We already are pretty well liked by them right now, due to being well mannered and new episcopate. Is that this guy? I'm not totally actually sure. Episcopate. And destroying, of course, the bandit camps has been helping us as well. I do think it's probably still worth it, though, to go ahead and aid them. So we'll do that. Unetra, Elsa, we'll send Lyra as well. And we'll just send the very maximum amount. We'll send everybody. Actually, hold on, no. We need to at least keep a decent amount, because we really do not want to have less warriors than criminals, probably. So we're going to send back all of you. Okay, that seems pretty good. We'll send the rest of these. Okay, so I think that is where we're going to call it for today. Doesn't look like they're working on the training ground still. I have no idea why. I'm thinking that at this point, maybe... let's see, let's go to our army. Maybe we should just restart it. It's been like that for quite a while, so something might just be bugged with it. We're just going to replace that. But otherwise, we're still doing good on gold. We're still kind of trying to work towards making our own tools, and that should make it a lot easier to get these light armors created. Of course, we are making, it's hard to see, so 44 iron, 45 or 49 iron here. If we go to statistics, yeah, so that's out of 100, so we're going to need to upgrade these pretty soon as well. But otherwise, we're doing pretty good on iron. We have 70 of it, and we are still getting, I forgot how much it is per day, 7? So doing pretty good there as well. But yeah, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.